Hey YouTube, Matty's Daddy 12, Team JMT. Going to do another one of my understanding stuns, and I'm here with a buddy of mine, Cory Storm, Storminator,
One.
Storminator 01 on YouTube. So, what have you been playing, man?
Rock stun.
Rock stun. Where did you get the idea to play rock stun from?
One of your understanding stun videos.
One of my understanding stun videos about rock stun itself. Okay, so lately I've been giving you a hard time about some of your card choices, right?
Yep.
And I feel like the biggest reason I do that is because whenever I build a deck, especially a stun deck, I try to build it for what is popular in all of the meta, and you've not exactly done that. Your card choices have just always seemed just a little bit off base, in my opinion. And every reason that you've ever given me up until last week never made any sense. But last week, you told me the reason you played some of these cards is why.
Because the meta at the locals is different from the popular meta.
The meta at our locals is very different from the popular meta, so you've made these card choices for specifically for our local meta. Which, I mean, is actually something that I've talked about in nearly every understanding stun that I've made, right? And I kind of kick myself now whenever you talk about the reasoning why you've chosen these cards. So now we're going to come back down to the mat, and I'm going to give you a chance to actually explain some of the card choices that you've made. All right, now here first is the biggest lineup of the monsters that Rock Stun will normally use. And to build onto this lineup, you've gone with, what's the first ones?
The first ones are King Tiger Wangu and Burner the Mighty.
All right, now again, in a regular, like just anti-meta style deck, or in just a normal stun deck, this would be perfectly fine choice. In Rock Stun, it seems a little off to the left. Explain to me why you use King Tiger Wangu and and Burden of the Mighty.
Well, there are a lot of players here who use high-level monsters, synchro summoning on the first or second turns.
A lot of plants and a lot of fairies and dark worlds and whatnot, yeah.
So if you have two of these on the field, the attacks could be decreased by 200 for each of its levels.
Which makes it nearly nothing.
Yeah.
Which is going to get it below the 1400 that Wangu would destroy.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is a choice that you've made based on our local meta that it works. I mean, it works for you.
Yeah.
It seems to be great for you right now. You're winning top fours occasionally, and well, I mean, you're consistently in the top 5 or 6, and you're occasionally making top 4, which is normally not where Rock Stun sits. So, what's the next option?
The next options are Smashing Ground and Legendary Jiu-Jitsu Master.
All right, now, admittingly, you need the rock monsters for the Kokamiru monsters also, but I prefer Smashing Ground because I feel like it's faster than Legendary Jiu-Jitsu Master because you have to set Jiu-Jitsu Master in order to get its effect off. You feel differently because you're actually main decking three Legendary Jiu-Jitsu Masters, and you actually dropped a Smashing Ground in order to main deck the third Jiu-Jitsu Master. Explain why.
Well, Smashing Ground is faster. You drop it, the monster's dead. Jiu-Jitsu Master, you sit it, 1800 defense, like you said, a rock to keep these guys on the field. So you sit it, the attack, the monster's sent back to the top. If it has a lower attack, you take damage, and it sits them back a turn. They have to draw the same card.
But you said the biggest reason why you like playing Jiu-Jitsu Master is because several players in our area, and I mean, honestly, in all areas, are playing Tengus.
Yeah.
And you use this as your main answer to Tengu because you're sending it back to the deck so they can't search, and because it's 1800 so they can't get over it. Which, I mean,
damage.
Plus they'll take the 100 damage unless they Horn of the Phantom Beast it or whatever for whatever reason, just so they could kill it.
And even if they do, it's still going to get sent to the top.
Yeah, you're still going to set them back the turn. So, I mean, guys, honestly, in my Rock Stun, I wouldn't play 3 Jiu-Jitsu Master. I would only play 1, maybe 2, depending on the monster count. But it's working for him. I mean, what can I say? You're winning.
Yeah.
All right, now the last choice.
I got Dimensional Fissure and Starlight Road.
All right, now guys, I've told you guys before in my videos that I just dislike Starlight Road with a passion. I feel like it is a very obvious play, and I feel like it's just a very obvious play to your opponent, so your opponent knows exactly what you have set. Dimensional Fissure, on the other hand, I really like that card in Rock Stun because these don't have to go to the graveyard in order to get their effects. They just have to be tributed, correct?
Yeah.
All right, so you're able to get these effects off even with Dimensional Fissure on the field, and Dimensional Fissure hurts a lot of the meta. However, I mean, why would you choose to run these as opposed to some of the other stuff you could choose?
Well, I mean, it hurt. Like you said, it hurts the meta. D-Fissure is really good in this. If you have King Tiger Wangu and Burn the Mighty, and you do that, you basically destroy the monster, remove it from play, and they basically have no field. I mean, Dark Worlds, they can't get the effects to send out, remove from play.
Yeah. So you prefer to the Dimensional Fissure, which I'm fine with, but you're saying that you like the Starlight Road.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that much?
Oh, yeah. When you play this many spells, continuous spells and traps, and just plain out back row, you need something to protect them. Sometimes, yeah, I sit 5 or 6 back row without Starlight, but it's a chance I'm willing to take. If I have this, I'm just waiting for the heavy stone, so I can get free 2,500 point Starlight Dragon on the field. I mean, seems good. Again, I mean, I just feel like it makes for obvious plays, but again, it works for you. So I mean, what can I really say about it? It just, if you're winning, you're winning, you know? Yeah.
All right. So again, guys, I'm wanting to talk about in this one just mainly making sure that the deck that you build is set for the meta that you're going to be playing in. And I mean, congratulations to you, Cory. You've done exactly that in identifying what is your problem matchups in your meta and changing your main deck to fit that. So I appreciate it, guys. Subscribe, comment down below, show us how much you love us.